What's going on, people? It's your boy D.Rim coming at you. Thanks again for y'all coming out to Vision Over Sense. We are now on episode 9. We're almost done with season 1. While we're continuing, I have another special guest. This is like, really, I would say my favorite DJ in Las Vegas, but one of my favorite DJs, I should say, just to be fair. But this guy, when I would say he's one of my mentors in the game. He helped me out, man, helped me put me on, drop some knowledge on me. I started at Blue Martini. I came there and heard him at Blue Martini. I was like, this dude is like the coldest dude that I've ever heard. So I want y'all to give and show some love to my brother, DJ J Nice, ladies and gentlemen.
Jay Nice in the building. Jay Nice in the building.
Man,
What's up, brother? Thank you
Chillin',
for inviting me to your podcast. I'm very proud of you. You came a long way.
I know, a long way, right?
Came a long way. I'm very impressed with it.
I appreciate you, bro.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir. So let me get this out the way, man. So you have a new event that you have every week, Thursday nights at Ellis Island.
Yep.
It's called R&B Sunset Rooftop Party.
Yep.
So tell me more about that, man.
Man, it's just it's a sexy vibe, It's R&B only, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you'll hear hip hop verses, that's about the extent of it, but the most of it is it's all R&B, I've been a lot of times I'm really frustrated because, everybody's like, "Oh, we throwing an R&B party. We throwing an R&B party."
Yeah.
And then you go to R&B party and then they probably play R&B for 10 minutes. Next thing you know, they playing hip hop and back that ass up. I'm like, It's not an R&B party. It's just a way for them to say they want to play hip hop at a club. You know what I'm saying? So real R&B is, what we've been doing at Blue Martini for years. These niggas just catching up. But I mean, like before that, I'm black. I went to HBCU. I've been doing R&B all my life.
Right.
So I didn't forgot more songs than these dudes play.
Yeah.
So just wanted to give another spot, another opportunity for people to go to instead of just keep going to the same place over and over for the past how many years, you know what I'm saying? So, and I like it. I like the vibe. I like the casino. They remodeled the casino, so it's super sexy. It overlooks the strip, of course, the backside of the strip. It still looks super sexy at night, and just want to create a vibe. So trying to build it. I mean, it's already doing well. Don't get me wrong, but I still want to build it, and then so I can give others, other DJs opportunities. So I can bring in some more waitresses. I just try to curate it, the right way, and just don't try to be a superstar. I ain't got to be at the forefront. You see me, I be DJing. I let the venue run it. You know what I'm saying? I let them run the reservations unless, friends like you come, and other friends that I have. I make sure y'all straight. But other than that, just want to keep it super sexy.
Yeah, and it's working great. So one thing I've noticed too, because I think we talked about this off air before we started. One thing I liked about your event is, and this is no shade, but I know you're trying to get people to have a different vibe outside of just going to a lounge and seeing just hookah.
Right.
And
sucking on the pipe.
Sucking on the pipe, right? Because usually when they say R&B night, you go there and you usually see that 80 to 85, if not 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So is that really your vision for trying to create these R&B nights where, people don't just come in there thinking that they can just sit on their phones, smoke hookah, like you said, sucking on the pipe.
Sucking on the pipe. I mean, you have to understand, like, R&B is not just about everybody dancing around, jumping around. Right. It's a R&B. It's a vibe. It's a movement. So, just because you're not dancing, don't mean you're not enjoying it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I didn't do it so I can have people dancing around. If you want to dance, you can. Like I saw you and your friends, and I seen some other my friends came. They dance and have a good time. You can.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you don't, and I'm not saying that you have to, but I want people just to understand and be like, oh, I ain't heard that song in a while, or oh, that's dope, or and you go to these places. I mean, they got 24 songs, 30 songs. You know what I'm saying? And after that, they going off on a tangent. But the culture has so many different ways of R&B that is no way in the world that you should ever have to repeat a song. You know what I'm saying? We got way too much music,
A lot
B
of music.
sides, and and then so much culture because it's not just slow R&B. There's some fast R&B.
Yeah.
Shaka Khan, she R&B.
Yeah.
They be like, oh, she's pop. Man, listen,
Nah, she.
come on, dog. So
Yeah.
it's so much music that we can play
Yeah.
as DJs, but it's a difference when you, like you said, we play in the club. We have to put them and make them dance in the club.
Yeah.
The vibe that I'm setting is, I want them to drink. I want them to have a good time. I want everybody to mingle and just vibe to the music. So, you do see some people, on their phones, typical because everybody's addicted.
Yeah. They do. Yeah.
Everybody addicted to their phone. There's two things that they set us up, DJs up for failure, which is hookah and them phones. Those are two things, what I'm saying? They set us up for failure
Yeah.
because with those two things, that's all people care about. They care about, scrolling through Instagram, taking pictures for the gram, and sucking on the pipe.
Yeah. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, I go to my man's, spot. He got the reggae spot. Man, everybody smoking weed and drinking and dancing and vibing. You know what I'm saying? Any people that's not dancing, they still vibing in that section. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we want. I'm not charging for sections. The drinks aren't expensive. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't got to beat people in the head and, and all that type of stuff. It's free to get in.
Yeah.
Put your reservation in.
Sure.
We might extend it, because of the turnout has been astronomical. So we might extend it because right now it's only from 6 to 11.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Six.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to the property about, probably pushing it to like 12 or 1 just to see, what kind of, response we're getting. Because a lot of people are coming late, so we're getting people that's getting off work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you got people that's coming in that just want to come and vibe. They done went home, changed their clothes from their uniforms, whatever,
Yeah. Right.
and then they coming. So
Got you.
that's the vibe.
Sure, man. That's great. So let me ask you this because you just said it's so much R&B music out.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on? Because I know usually when you go to most R&B nights, you
Mm-hmm.
usually hear the same
Absolutely.
R&B songs. So, because I think I
Mm.
told you this too. Saturday, it was like a test run for me because I was like, "There's no way in the world like I can DJ from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning and not repeat not one song." But for
Mhm.
some reason, I think I repeated like "Birthday Bitch" because it was birthdays.
Yeah. Well, it's
yeah.
a difference, but you ain't playing only R&B though.
Yeah, I wasn't playing no R&B.
Yeah, you play hip hop too.
Play hip hop
Of course,
too,
you
yeah.
shouldn't. With
Yeah.
hip hop, reggae, Afro beats,
Yeah.
and R&B, dude, there's no way in the world you should repeat a song. If you repeat a song, it's because somebody requested it or something
Yeah.
like that. But other than that, there's no
Yeah.
way in the world you should repeat it. And I used to not do it at Blue Martini.
You're
And people
right.
ask me, they're like, "Yo, you missed it." He said, "Oh my God!"
Like, can you
Dog,
play it again? Like,
absolutely
nah.
not.
So
You should have got your ass here early.
wait, so is it like a DJ like conscious like is it like a DJ pet peeve? Because I know I'm starting to feel it too. Like
Hmm.
if I play this twice, it's like I failed as
I mean,
a DJ. Like
the one thing I always did, like when you said when you first moved here from Cali,
yeah,
you came in the club, you just in the club chilling.
yeah,
The one thing I always hated was I would go to a club and I would hear the same song 4 times,
yeah,
5 times. Like, dude, you ain't got no more music. Like, you
Yeah.
ain't got nothing else. Like, so I just, throughout the years, I just learned that, you just got to learn how to, set your room up. You got to set your room up for, when people walking in, if you're playing all night, depending. You just got to set your room up right, and you got to read your room. If your room is allowing you to, get them great vibes, cool. I mean, everybody did when Mustard came out, with his joint, and I would probably play that joint 3 or 4 times in a row.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it set the room on fire.
Right.
So, the Kendrick and
Kendrick,
Mustard,
yeah.
that's what I meant. So just in case
Yeah.
people know what song I was talking about.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's one of those things. It's a growth thing. I mean, for me, I feel as though it's a growth thing. I try to play. You got to play the hits as much as possible. But my thing, my vibe is what I'm doing now. I don't have to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't have to. Play the most popular. I just play the best music possible. I mean, it's I'm on my third Sunday. I mean third Thursday,
Yeah, that's popping.
and
Shit.
I haven't even played Lloyd and Bobby Valentino's, and I haven't played none of that stuff yet.
Yeah.
And I play a long set. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I play 5 hours, so it's not like I'm playing 6 to 11.
Yeah.
So I still got R&B stuff. I haven't even went through R. Kelly's catalog yet. I'll
Yeah.
play some. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I haven't played some stuff that's not. I haven't went through. I mean, this last week I did. I went through a lot of
Yeah.
Usher and Chris Brown stuff because I knew that they was about to go on tour.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. I knew that maybe 2 weeks ago because I'm really cool with Usher and his camp and his DJ Mars is my man. So
Yeah.
I already knew that tour was coming. So I was just like letting everybody understand like that show's gonna be crazy. So when you're doing R&B, you can do it. You do 5 hours and try to make people dance for 5 hours doing only R&B. It's impossible. It's impossible because once you go down and start playing them 70s, them 70 BPMs, like Keisha Cole's and
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige's and whatever situation might be, your room is either they're going to rock with you or it's like, time to go to the bar.
Yeah.
What time to go? What time is it? It's 12 o'clock and it's 70 BPM. Man, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. That's true.
yeah.
So, question, man. So, I'll go back to your history, man. So, you DJ for legends.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq is
Yeah.
one.
Yep. I don't consider DJing for Shaq.
You don't see? You don't? Oh, you don't see that?
DJing for him.
Oh, you don't?
I mean, I don't. It was a difference. Okay, so when I first started, I was in Atlanta with Shaq,
Okay.
and I was doing a lot of his parties. Like every time he came in town, he would play for the Hawks when the Lakers played the Hawks.
Yeah.
I would do the party because I knew his cousin Mark.
Okay.
So his cousin Mark was like, Jay, we're gonna do a party. Of course, we want you to do it. All right, cool. So that same thing happened with Floyd. Floyd's come to Atlanta all the time.
Yeah.
Girl Tasha White. Hey Tasha, how you doing? She would always call me. Jay, Floyd coming in. He wants you to do a DJ's party. All right,
Yeah.
cool. The whole Shaq thing came is because his cousin Mark didn't want to do the parties no more. Like he wanted to be an agent. Like he wanted to do other stuff. So he thought the parties was not say beneath him, but he just didn't want to have to deal with it. So as me being, I throw parties, I just don't tell people a lot of it times. There's a lot of stuff in the city that go on. I'm involved in it, but I don't put my name on it because everybody want to be haters.
Yeah. That
My
part.
friends, people close to me know,
Yeah.
but other people I know, I just don't tell people because it's not like Atlanta, Chicago, L.A. The DJ saying he doing something, everybody gonna support and everybody cool with it. Here, if it's not certain little groups that are doing stuff, everybody want to hate on you. But anyway,
Yeah.
so I did all Shaq stuff, all his championship parties that the Lakers won between him and Kobe.
Yeah.
I did all those. Nobody
Okay.
even know. I planned all of it. I planned it, worked with the venues, and DJ'd. You know what I'm saying? Because then his cousin Mark will come in and bring Shaq. So I ain't had to worry about it. Venue, handle the doors and all that stuff. So, nobody going to steal from Shaq and them. So at the end of the day, that's how the Shaq whole thing came about. And that was from 2000 to 2015.
Yeah.
So I had a long run with him.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
and
good
then
money.
and then you had other. So can you give me? I mean, I know it's not a short list.
The list is long.
It's a long.
But
list.
when I start telling my list, I'm going to tell how old I am.
I know. Right?
You know what I'm saying? It's been a long road, man. I played for a lot of artists, and I can just name a few. I was with of course I DJ for Ashanti,
Okay.
Queen Pen, Blackstreet, Drew Hill, Jeezy and everybody when his Boys in the Hood. Who else was I out with? I mean, it's just so many. Besides, I'm not going to talk about me DJing and working with Bad Boy. So, I worked with them, when I was really young.
Okay.
And Diddy, of course I call him Puff, but Diddy, he went to Howard, and I went to Morgan.
Okay.
So I would always throw parties when Morgan played Howard, and he would throw parties out there when Morgan would go out there and play at Howard down in D.C. because I was in Baltimore. And so that's how I got the DJ for Biggie and Craig Mack, and of course I was out with Pac because Pac is from Baltimore, so everybody think
Yeah.
he's from L.A. He really not. He's from
Yeah,
Baltimore.
yeah.
Um, and then we'll keep going. So I mean, I worked for a lot of artists, man. So
Yeah.
I don't know how they adapted this celebrity DJ thing. I think that's just a farce, bullshit ass name. I'd rather for it to just be my name. You know
So
what I'm saying?
do,
Because
do you think they do that? Do you think they do that just to hype? I mean, do you think they do that to make I'm just asking.
go ahead.
Do you think they do that to make the promoter look good, or because I
I
see
don't
that
know.
all the time
I
too?
think a lot of DJs do it
Oh,
for
DJs do it.
themselves.
Oh shit.
Please
Okay.
put this celebrity. I don't think you're considered a celebrity DJ unless you're requested by celebrities to DJ for them or their events.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a promoter and they put you on to DJ for artists
Yeah.
at their event, I don't consider you a celebrity DJ. You just DJ that party. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? But if you got celebrities that call you like, yo, hey, Jay, come play my wedding. You know what I'm saying? Come do my party, and you're getting hired by them, then you can sit there and say, hey, I DJ for the celebrities. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I mean, I just think that's so farce. Like I don't care about that stuff. Like a lot of times, like I stop DJing for artists. I mean, I still got artists to this day that call me to go on the road, and I stop. I don't, like me. I go out with Jock, and I've been out with Soldier Boy. Like I don't want to do that because I don't want to be categorized. Like when they put your name, it's like, and I hated that when I went overseas a lot. When I went overseas, they were like, DJ J Nice, Lil Wayne's DJ, or DJ J Nice, such and such DJ. I didn't like that, and one of the good reasons I moved to Vegas is because, man, I mean, I got tired of doing the same parties. Like how many TIs and Diddy's and urban parties can I do? Like the parties everybody doing now, I didn't forgot about those. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done them so much that it's not even. I don't even care to do it anymore.
Right.
It's cool. Don't get me wrong. I mean, right now, like I moved here because I wanted to see my name on the billboard. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like just me and my picture and the date that I'm performing in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That was my goal. I had 3 goals when I came here. I wanted to do that. I wanted to get my first residency, at a pool and a club. You know what I'm saying? I did that. You know what I'm saying? So, my last one is to own my own lounge. So that's my retirement from being a DJ. I'm still gonna be in the entertainment business because I'm not going nowhere for a minute.
Right.
But that's my goal. I want to have my own, my own venue. Because as us being DJs, like we understand it. We understand what's going to make the room right. We understand the type of people we want at our venues. And that's where I'm at. I want that to be done. But you got to learn the business. So that's why I was doing events. Because I wanted to learn the restaurant and learn the nightclub business, the marketing side, knowing that those straws that y'all suck on cost money.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Them
Yeah.
napkins cost, they ain't free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I wanted to learn the business. So that's where I'm at. And when I moved to Vegas, those are my 3 things. So everything else is, I mean, the name on the billboards, I mean, I can't count how many times that's been there. And having my residencies, I already had 6, so I'm cool with that. And, not even Blue Martini. Blue Martini is not a residency. I don't consider Blue Martini a residency because residency is when you get a contract. That's what I tell people. When you get a contract and they paying you,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You go in there and you putting asses in the seats.
Yeah.
That's a residency. If you just go in there and they hire you to come out and DJ a few times and you ain't getting no contract, that ain't no residency. You just getting hired to DJ.
Yeah. Spot dates.
Right.
That's
You
just
know,
what
you
it
just
is.
doing dates. But
Yeah.
I already did that. So now, finally found my building, finally found my land, so now I'm just in the process. So, right now I'm just, setting up the right, situations, understanding, you DJing and doing grown people stuff, and meet with the city. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Meet with the city to support you. You know what I'm saying? The gang task force, the police department,
Yeah.
donate that money.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, that's
The,
true.
the governors and the
Yeah.
mayors.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, I
That's-
might have went off task. Go ahead.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
all good, man. No,
I'm sorry.
I'm glad you. That's because it's you're the teacher, I'm the student. So
Yeah, it's all.
I love
so,
asking questions. So you basically answered. You almost answered my next question I've been wanting to ask you.
Uh-huh.
So what's the difference between DJing for celebrities
hmm
versus controlling a regular room?
I mean, DJing for celebrities, to be honest with you, is a pain in the ass. Because like
Quick with it too, like
yeah, it's a pain in the ass, bro. Like it's
Oh,
never
really?
easy because
Okay.
it's okay. I've done so many parties like Ebert, of course, with Tank and Genuine and Jamie Foxx and so many, people I've done, celebrity events where they want you to play what they want you to play. You know what I'm saying? So the good part about it is that, you'll get a phone call, okay, or a text message. They're on their way. They be in an hour. All right, cool. So that means you got to start now. All right, good. So it gives you opportunity to go in the room, fill the room out. You get to rock for an hour, and then once they come in, you at their beck and call. You at their beck and call of what they want to hear. I want to hear this, and Lord have mercy, you better have it. Because if you ain't got that music that they want, and they don't even, sometimes I think they set you up for failure. I mean, I think one of my boys was DJing one of Plies events. Oh man, Plies was so pissed off at him because Plies was asking him for songs,
Yeah.
and I guess the venue didn't have, he didn't have the song period, of course, because these days guys don't have a library. They just type it in and download from the internet.
Yeah.
But if they couldn't get on the internet, so they couldn't play the songs that he wanted. Oh man, I was looking at he was mad. So don't get me wrong. I think I've had that problem. Like I think I had that problem once. What's her name? I forgot her name, from the City Girls. She came and performed at Daylight, and they wanted one of her songs off the album, and I was just like,
You never heard.
I ain't got that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
wait,
saying?
yeah.
And she came to me looking crazy. I'm like, oh man. So, so that was, I think that was the first time ever that I didn't. But I had her, like they sent me her show, right? Because they wanted me to DJ for her. I don't know why she ain't bring her own DJ. That was so stupid. But
Yeah.
she wanted me to DJ for her show. And I was like, all right, cool. They sent me her show, all the music that she wanted to perform. But then somebody in the crowd was like, we want to hear such and such. And she's like, yo, play such and such. I'm like, I ain't got that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like she on a, on my high list of,
Yeah.
artists that I make sure I got every song, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody love it. But I didn't have it. So that was one of those times that, you look real crazy. I'm not gonna lie, you have those times, but I usually try to go in when I'm dealing with celebrities, I try to go in there prepared as possible, bro. Like I ain't gonna front. Like I usually go in there and make sure I got everything, to asking the manager what else that he might, want to hear, and I usually been pretty good with that, like I used to DJ a lot of stuff with R. Kelly, and I knew what he wanted, how he wanted. Like Tank, I know how he wanted stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Genuine, because I've done so much stuff with them, so I know how they want. Diddy, I know how he wants stuff. Like I know how a lot of these artists want their stuff now. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned how to do stuff with Miguel. So it's a lot of those things that you learn from repetition, from doing it with them all the time.
Yeah.
And they don't deviate too much, too often. If they do, they be like, yo, they'll tell me early. Like I just DJ'd Super Bowl with French Montana. And French, gave me his whole album. He was just like, yo, just have it. So if I say something, I'm going to give you a cue. And all right, cool. So, when I did his show, I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I was prepared. So, I mean, you have those times. I mean, that celebrity, don't let it fool you. It ain't always cracked up to be, bro. It ain't. It's
Yeah,
another check.
yeah, for sure.
It's just another check. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a good look sometimes, but as you up there, you're stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Because they getting on your nerves. If they ain't getting on your nerves, the promoter getting on your nerves, the manager getting on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? Everybody getting on your nerves. All your friends. Can I get on stage with you? It's
Yeah, that
yeah,
sounds about right.
yeah,
So to follow up with my next question, cause I grew up in the mixtape. I last interview I said I grew up in the mixtape era.
mm-hmm.
So I was used to DJs breaking records.
Right,
Basically, what she was saying.
mm-hmm.
She wanted you to play a new record,
Right,
but to us, it's like we never really heard the record.
right.
So you feel like DJs today, you feel like they're hesitant to break records now, like they used to break records, or you feel like
I mean, you know, it depends. To be honest with you, bro, it depends on where you playing at.
okay,
You know what I'm saying? Because I came from when I moved here. When I moved here to Vegas, I came in from Atlanta.
okay,
So Atlanta was it was two type of DJs in Atlanta. It was strip club DJs
yeah,
and it was nightclub DJs, and then people that work on the radio. The radio was always last because they had their hands cuffed, so they couldn't play nothing new unless it was already set to program. Us nightclub DJs, we get to play new music, but we were smart enough to understand how to play it to get away with it, so that the GM wouldn't come to you like, "Yo, what you doing? What is that? Don't kill my floor."
right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying? So they cool. And they be like, "Yo, you do you. That's why I'm paying you to do you." And then us DJs, I would go to the strip club. And the reason I would go to the strip club because X-Rated and DC the Brain Supreme, the guy saying whoop there it is.
yeah,
I would go and just sit and listen. I ain't care about the strippers. I ain't care about. Only thing I did was sit there and listen to the strip club DJs because they get to play everything. You know what I'm saying? All the new stuff that come out because they got new stuff that we didn't even have. We couldn't even get our hands on.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So I went to the strip club just to listen to the DJ because he would break so much new stuff, and then once the transition started, when strip club DJs started coming into nightclub, this is how the 70 BPM started. You know what I'm saying? Because before we was at 85, 90, and 100, 110 max because Sierra and all that type of stuff. But when the strip club DJ start integrating into the nightclub, that's when you had to figure it all out. You know what I'm saying? So you get to break new music. Vegas is just not one of those markets. It's so weird out here, man. I ain't gonna front. Like
right.
Vegas is weird as fuck.
I'm not the only one
Like
that thinks that. Thank God.
nah, bro. Vegas is weird as fuck, bro, because we just don't have those outlets. You know what I'm saying? We don't have those venues that allow us to break new music. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you and I worked at Blue Martini. If you want to play new music, yeah, you play it early or super late. You know what I'm saying? Because the people here just don't have that mindset for new music. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The promoters don't have that mindset for new music. Uh, the venues don't have that mindset for new music unless you're playing in the white club. You know what I'm saying? You playing in the white club, playing a new EDM, that type of stuff.
yeah.
Yes,
You
you
can make
you
it.
can rock it, and they want you to play all that, the new stuff,
Right.
that people might know and they might not know, but they might hear, be like, oh my God, what is that? But as far as the urban community out here, these people weird, man. They just don't get it because if you play something that they're not used to hearing on the radio, they just won't get it. So even if it's just me and you, and we got a table full of our friends, you know, our circle might know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a few people might know, but it's not enough to keep the room shaking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in Vegas has just been weird like that for the longest time. Like, the beach club at Daylight. Daylight was, pretty cool. So I got a chance to play a lot of new stuff at the beach club because it's a little different because how much time I had.
Right.
You know, people before any artist came on or when people just in the pool and people just having a good time, then you can break all the new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a black beach club. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You get to do it. But these nightclubs, like I said, I went to Dre's. You hear the same songs over and over and over and over again. It's cool. You know, they it just the DJ just playing it different, but they at the end of the day they playing the same shit.
Do you lose motivation when you feel like I'm playing the same songs, but the crowd is rocking? Do you?
Um, you know, I don't lose motivation. What I have to do is I have to take a break. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to step away for a little while. Sometimes you got to be like, I just want to take a month off, refresh, my mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Take some time away from it because, even as us being DJs, it's no way possible that you're not going to get stuck in your rut. Like I know what I'm playing next. I know what I'm playing because I play all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I might not play the same songs, this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. I might play this one, and I'll go to the fourth one, and come back to the second one, and to the third one. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
at the end of the day, it's just one of those things. You gotta take a break. It just it tends to it really tends to get you, especially as you've been doing it for so long. I was on a podcast just recently, and they asked me, how often do you practice? Practice? Nigga, I'm like Allen Iverson. Practice?
Practice.
What's practice? I don't practice. I think I go up there and play on the fly.
Yeah.
I don't practice. I don't have to practice anymore. Like,
Yeah.
having the new music that's coming out. I mean, it's just going into your library and be like, okay, cool, make you a section to say, new music January. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then go from there. But practice, no. These guys are, you know, they don't have longevity. It's like the music right now. What is the music is they don't have no timeless music right now that's going on.
Right.
Man, Future and them guys will be out of here in no time. Lil Baby, they're gonna be out of here in no time.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are gonna be gone in the wind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the same thing will happen with a lot of these younger DJs. They're gonna be gone because they don't have the ability to play a room. They got the ability to play maybe an hour. And that's why you be seeing a lot of DJs that when they doing R&B parties here in Vegas now, it be 4 DJs DJing because all them niggas got maybe an hour set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they can't do more than that because I went. Trust me, I be in a lot of spots. I just be in the cut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just be in the cut, because looking for new DJs, looking for people so I can give other people opportunities. So I go listen to DJs, or one of my friends be like, yo, he's dope. You need to go listen. So I'll go, and I'll go listen. You know what I'm saying? And people I feel as though that can handle it, cool. You talk to them and see if it's, an opportunity to give them. If they're not, then, you keep it moving.
Got you. Now, question. As a producer,
Mm-hmm.
because I produce music, do you feel like music from, because DJ talk, you feel like music from 70, I'm just going to say between 72 BPM to about 80. Do you feel like those BPMs is part of the reason why R&B is not progressing?
Nah, man, because you got to figure out what's your niche. You know what I'm saying? Because okay, one of my favorite, artists still to this day, and he's my friend. Like Genuine.
Okay.
Genuine got between 70 and 80 is his max. You ain't heard no fast Genuine song ever. You know what I'm saying? Drew Hill, besides Cisco, their songs are right in the pocket. Case right in the pocket. So a lot of those guys that's their music. You know what I'm saying? It really just depends on the artist and how you trying to control your fans. You can't put it on like just one thing.
Or really not, or I'm sorry, not really just R&B.
Mm-hmm.
So let me rephrase the question, 'cause I know R&B, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say hip hop.
Because people don't dance no more.
Okay. So why do you feel like that? I know you said with when the strip club DJ started going into the nightclubs.
Mm-hmm.
So is that really why you feel like people don't dance no more because of the
because that
the
music
tempo
is
shift?
not danceable.
Got you.
It's
Okay.
it's shake your headable. It's just you chilling and
Yeah. You
that's what
bouncing.
you do in a strip club. So you don't see people dancing in a strip club except for the dancers, but they ain't doing nothing but shaking ass. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that music is just for you to ride and vibe to, it's not danceable music. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up on, Rump Shaker. You know, even you look at Biggie, Hypnotized. Even Pac. A lot of Pac songs was danceable.
Danceable, yeah.
Snoop danceable. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the music is able to be created so people could dance. But if you came from that era when people actually really danced, you know what I'm saying, then it works. But these kids these days, these fools don't dance unless you're in the dance crew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you're one of the Jabberwockies or one of the kids that's doing the dance stuff. But everybody want to dance in a circle.
Yeah.
Everybody, the people right now, the lady, people don't even dance no more. Like I'm so sick and tired of everybody dancing around the damn venue in a circle like they in the sorority.
That's
or
why
they in the goddamn fraternity. Like, go sit, man, go somewhere and dance. Like, how long y'all gonna dance to that? Then they get mad because you're not playing that vibe or that song that allows them to, do the line dance crap. Like, I hate line dance music, bro, because it kills your club.
It does.
It kills because, and then now everybody, okay, I want to do trail ride music. You know what I'm saying? And then, if you don't know all the trail ride songs, you setting yourself up for failure for that. You know what I'm saying? If you trail riding down the South, man, they got songs for days and people can dance to them. Here, they don't listen to it enough to understand it. So you setting yourself up for failure. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 or 4 songs. After them 3 or 4 songs, they mad because you ain't play. Dude, you know how much I hated playing the wobble song? And that song 20-something years old?
I think that's one of the songs I try to avoid.
Oh my God, bro. Like
that, yeah, I try to avoid that.
I despise playing that song, bro, because it kills your floor.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna run to it. If they sitting down, they're gonna run to the floor, they're gonna dance to that one dumb song. And then if you don't mix it or you don't play something the way they want it, and I just hate it. It's just one of those things, man. Like, I don't even play songs for people to start dancing in a circle because I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna just change it. I'm saying I'm gonna get mad because I'm not watching y'all dance around a goddamn circle. Who wants to do that?
When that dreams and nightmares come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird, and I'm not used to that. I had to get used to. We didn't have that Blue Martini. You ain't see people dancing around the motherfucking circle. You ain't see none of that. We ain't had that.
No.
Luckily, Blue Martini was set up so your ass couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I think
exactly.
I think it need to change the room around so they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So Blue Martini was set up. You couldn't dance in a circle. You had to dance where you was at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can dance in that one little section, but that doing this in a circle, that's like a dog running around the damn circle. Like, Jesus Christ. It's just not even entertaining. Why would you? I don't even film that stuff. Like, if I'm filming anything, I'm filming people having a good time off of something that's not played every week.
Right.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's why I asked because I think for me it was frustrating for me when I was DJing. That's why when I went to the rink, it's adamant. Your BPM has to be no lower than 93.
Yeah.
Like if it's lower than 93. The whole floor is gonna clear.
Right.
So it taught me like, okay, this is the lane that I wish the clubs can do.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when GNX came out. I don't know, for me, I can't speak for you. I know for me when GNX came out, Kendrick Lamar, it was like a breath of fresh air for me.
Yeah.
I had at least like 6 songs to choose from that was danceable music.
Yep.
Versus the other hip hop stuff that comes out. I'm sitting here looking like, dude, I gotta try to find a way to transition.
Yeah.
I'm already here, now I got to find a way to transition here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do all of that shit, but that's why I asked him, like, because for me, I felt like I lost inspiration as well.
Well, it's not you, bro.
Yeah.
It's our cultures. This is why a lot of DJs want to play for multiculturals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you play for multicultural people, you got that wheelhouse. You can do 90 up to 115. Like, you can rock and you can play for a long time because, one, we have old school hip hop. All old school hip hop is fast.
Yeah.
Point blank, all old school hip hop is party shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at the white people. Their music is party stuff. You know, Latinos, their music is strictly party stuff. I mean, I went to see Pitbull. Didn't understand shit, but I went to Pitbull. You don't understand some stuff, but I ain't understand enough. But
Right.
people were up on their feet for 2 hours, and his music did not stop. He had party stuff where people dance the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, you look at salsa, merengue, bachata, and everything. Nigga, these people are dancing. Our stuff is angry music that makes you want to fight.
Dark chords and shit.
Yeah, and then that Hennessy. You know, once black people in Hennessy and that fight music come on, you looking like, oh Jesus Christ, am I gonna get out here tonight? You know, so we lost our way. We used to have it when people can go to the club and dance, have a good time, use a vibe, and I mean that's why the trail ride music in the South is doing so well, because people tired of that shoot 'em up, bang bang, kill you, strangle you, I'm a hoe and I'm gonna shake my ass music. You know what I'm saying? People want to have a good time. So that trail ride music stuff is doing very, very well. I'm far behind it. Don't get me wrong. I have it all because it depends on where I'm traveling to. I have it and I can play it, but it just don't give me an opportunity to play it too much here in Vegas because first of all we just don't have enough black people to understand it out here. Just to be honest with you, I mean if our max club for black people is Mariposa, which is 300 people, where everybody else at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have no big black club. I mean, what I'm saying, a big club for, influential black people or people with money. We don't have no club that's big enough for us to have a good time. We got to go party with them.
Which I asked that my last interview. I did ask that. I actually asked it a couple times because I was like, because I moved here in 2020, and I just personally feel like, and you correct me if I'm wrong, I just kind of felt like it's just weird because I feel like if you want to get good R&B, or you want to get like, I don't know, if you want to get a good vibe of like our own music, you got to go 20 minutes off the strip to get it.
It's not that, bro. It's like, when we first, when Devin, myself, and Devin part of the time, John, we had an opportunity. Like, we went to do a lot of R&B stuff, with Ken and the band. We had the band.
Yeah.
And we went to, when Tropicana was open, we went and did stuff there. We did stuff at the Palms. They give us opportunities, but how long the opportunity lasts is just a problem. Because I come from Atlanta where, everybody got money. Everybody going out and having a good time. Right. Everybody can afford to spend money. I come out here in Vegas and I just feel as though that, a lot of the African American people that don't have money, they'll go to the club, they'll complain or whatever. They don't want to spend money, or they got to go somewhere where everything is cheap, which is cool. I get it. Everybody's money ain't the same. But, the people that come to Vegas that's, black, that got money, they won't even come to anything off the strip. You know what I'm saying? They only going to go to casino stuff. But if they go to Houston, they're in the middle of everything in Houston, Dallas, L.A. You know what I'm saying? They go to L.A., especially in Atlanta, ain't nothing in Atlanta white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go to Atlanta, you get off on the plane, ain't number of black people working. So that's Black Hollywood. Everybody doing it. Yeah. So I think just Vegas. I think a lot of times I just feels that we're we're behind. Two, everyone's scared to step into the future or have something a little bit bigger for us. But another thing, these people out here don't know how to act.
I've realized that
they don't know how to act, bro. And a lot of people don't want to put clothes on. See, I get mad because they'll put clothes on to go to the clubs in the strip because they make you put clothes on, but then they want to come to our stuff all dressed, with their pants hanging off, white tees, want to be dressed right. So that's a thing too. A lot of people don't, want to do right by us. You know what I'm saying? They'll do right by them, but won't do right by us. And then, with a lot of venues here in Vegas, they just trying to make money. So they'll start off with that, and then they'll ease up because you know, they want to make money. So it turns from show business, show personal to show business.
So
Like,
personally,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, my boy gonna come in, he gonna spend a bunch of money, and then if he come in with a T-shirt on, and him and his boys then came in, they spent 5,000, 10,000. Then what about you? I come to the club every week to support you. Why
Yeah.
you gonna let them do it?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it changes real quick, bro. But a lot of the places I've been going to lately, they've been real strict. They've been like, you can still come, just put a collar, a shirt with a collar on it. Pull your pants up. You know what I'm saying? You can put a baseball hat on, some Air Force Ones. You can still look nice that way.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. Like our Thursday, you know, um, I started off lenient. You know what I'm saying? But then as we grow it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start, tightening up because, like last week, I seen a dude come in, with his pants hanging down and the white tee. I was like, nah.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, bruh. This ain't that spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go down to the casino. Don't get me wrong. You can go down in the casino. You can go down in the casino. You can gamble, do all that. But we're not gonna have that. So we're not gonna start off with that. But the music I play ain't for kids anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, who's Frankie Beverly?
Yeah, right. That part.
Prince. Who's Prince? I know him, but
All right.
I don't know him like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That part.
a lot of stuff that I'm playing, they don't know. They don't know Earth, Wind, and Fire. They don't know the stuff that we grew up on. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
no cookouts. They know just enough for the cookout when your family had it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, all good. So you told me earlier. So you going from just DJ to, promoter, owner.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like DJs need to just some DJs need to stay DJs, or you feel like most DJs need to learn how to transition into other avenues to stay relevant?
It's really your preference. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like if you look at it, a lot of DJs have gone different ways. Like you said, some DJs went into strictly being producers. Some DJs started doing real estate. Some DJs are, concert promoters. It really is just your preference because, at the end of the day, you still do it as long as you can get a check for it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And people still want you. You can still do it because it's not like back in the day we had to carry crates, records. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to do that anymore. It's a laptop. Like people, like I heard this one guy's like, you old being a DJ. I'm like, dude, all you got to do is go in and press a goddamn button. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like everybody using turntables and everything like before, that I grew up on turntables, so it's a little different for me. Like CDJs is like, it's cakewalk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So as long as you can still get a check, but it depends on what you want to do. I don't never stop tell a DJ don't. I got friends that they do stocks during the day. They got 3 screens doing stocks. They got their laptop over there working on music while the stock market is running. When the bell rings, they start doing music. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends on how you want to, handle your portfolio, how you want to handle your business. Kid Capri, he's, in real estate heavy. A lot of DJs in real estate heavy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we work at night.
Yeah.
So all during the day, we can run our real estate, we can run our portfolios up, and then still go and do our shows. So I wouldn't stop at nothing. If you can still, produce and do it, you look at Drama. Drama's still DJ, but he got a label to run. He got artists to curate. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing very well at it. Don Cannon, he's a producer. They doing production. You know what I'm saying? So it really just depends on what you want to do. You can't. We have too many connects and too many people to just be stuck doing one thing. You know what I'm saying? Use all your resources, man. Don't let you work at a skating rink, man. I'll be talking to Floyd. I'll be talking Floyd ass to death.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
I did last week.
I would talk that nigga to death. I'm like, yo, what can we do? Like talk, like what can we work on? You know what I'm saying? Got to be something else. You know what I'm saying? Like I know him, and I be trying to talk him to death. I be talking to his team. You know what I'm saying? So you got to use your resources, man. Everybody feels though they, it's being a DJ is like your own little private, hoe house. I got all the hoes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got all the hoes at my fingertip. Watch this.
For sure.
And you press the motherfucking song, and all the girls go, D.Rim, oh my God, you're amazing.
Yeah.
And, see, I got all the hoes. You know what I'm saying? So, some DJs use it for that. It's usually the younger. So don't get me wrong. When I was young, absolutely. Man. Absolutely. I was a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm older. I'm like, girl, I don't even care. Just dance.
Just
just dance.
In your section, right?
Right. Go ahead, dance, girl. Like, and even on Thursdays, girl, women be coming up to me, I'm like, baby, listen, I ain't about that. I ain't about that life. I'm too old for that. I ain't got time.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So how do you, not just to the hoes, not just to the women,
right.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
But how do you stay relevant, right, when the sound of the music is forever changing?
Man, I mean, these days, relevancy is hard because a lot of these people are becoming famous because they had 10-second clips on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And people dance to it. And they got a million eyes on them. You know what I'm saying? But that transpire to them being able to come to clubs. I don't think the relevancy thing, as they call it, is going to last, too much longer. I think it's like your 15 minutes of fame, because at the end of the day, you still got to come to the venue and play. So the people that have got those 15 minutes of fame for those little, clips and all that stuff, that's what's making them relevant. You just got to go and go in a club and still do your best. You know what I'm saying? You still got to rock, because at the end of the day, we're in Vegas. You're only as good as your last gig.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you still got to go in there and do your best. You still got to be personal. You still got to talk to people, and, your social media still got to be, pretty cool. Still put out some dope videos. Me, I took a break. I just want to take a little break. So I'm really just jumping back in because I took some time off. It's mental. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't understand that, we go through a lot. Multitasking, trying to take care of home, and if you got kids, and trying to make sure that, you still able to do the music and still be able to play, and then find gigs, and then hunting down people that owe you money, and talking to promoters back and forth and with them. Even if you got a management team, it's still, a pain in the ass. So, the mental, you got to take a break, because if you don't, you're really gonna, put yourself in a really bad situation. And I think that was me. I was always hustling. I'm always working. If you don't see me, I'm out the country. I'll be in Australia. I'll be in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, Qatar, you name it. Like, I'm gone, in other places to play, and just to get away. A lot of times I'm like, I might only have 3 gigs or 4 gigs in Australia, but I'll take my time and say, you know what, I'm gonna take some time for myself. You know what I'm saying? But it's in another country. I gotta hear the music, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah, cause like I said, that's why I brought you on, cause I needed a mental health break.
Yeah.
As well, cause it's a lot. Like, when I first met you at Blue Martini, just
Mm-hmm.
to see y'all play till 4
Mm-hmm.
in the morning, I'm like, how long can y'all keep this up?
As the older you get.
Like, and the funny thing is, I got sick last year. I think I had a bad ear infection.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was like, that's because you working too hard. She was like, you doing 2 nights at Mariposa, Blue Martini on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, you need to take a break. And then mentally, and then also too, because it's like, after 3 years, people just think a song is just, oh, that's old. That was so 2024. Like, like, that's still current.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's usually the younger kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I really saw this video. This girl was like, I'm going to the club. Why I keep hearing all this old music? I mean, it really goes to the clientele and the crowd you play for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like me, to be honest with you, bro, like, I don't play too many super young clubs. Like, overseas is a little different because they love old school hip hop. You know what I'm saying? When you go overseas, the only thing they like new is EDM, Afro house, tech house, Afro beats, two-step, and amapiano. Like, they love all the new stuff that way. But as far as when it comes to hip hop, they want number old school hip hop. They don't even like a lot of new stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends on how, where you playing, what venues you playing and what clubs you playing. Like, here in Vegas, I mean, come on, you can count on one hand all the black places that you can go and play right now. Yeah. Be honest. You can count them. I'll count them for you.
Barely.
Mariposa.
Mariposa, yeah.
Cork and Thorn.
Yeah.
I'm lost for
I
words.
was about to say
Splash maybe, but they having their problems because
Splash,
of
V,
crap.
yeah, V
Uh,
Lounge.
who?
V Lounge is out
V
there.
Lounge. I mean, these places hold 200 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not big enough.
Yeah.
Everybody be like, oh, I went over there, it was popping. C3. I'm like, yo, listen, bro. Bro, you really, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, C3, I know the guys is doing it.
Yeah.
I am not playing in a place that's a seafood restaurant.
That's,
you know,
that's another question you need to
you
ask.
know, like it's like people like, yo, you playing at Jerk Chicken. What was it called? Chicken.
Yeah,
What was
jerk,
it called?
yeah.
A Big Jerk.
Yeah, Big Jerk. Yeah.
Really, dog? I didn't came this far
Yeah.
just to play at Big Jerk. Nigga, you must be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm good. They probably wouldn't want to call me anyway because I'm gonna charge them an outrageous amount of money just to, just because. But I just feel as though that as you've done so much,
Yeah.
even though on your bottom, on your top side of your career, or you're going out in your career, you've worked a lot. So now you get to pick and choose where you want to play. As long as you've made enough investments that you don't have to struggle about it. Me, I'm doing concerts, trying to open up my own venue. So those are the things that me, because if I'm sitting around and I'm gonna be around all these talent, why not put the money up and do the show yourself? I mean, you could pick up the call and call their manager. How many managers' number I have on my phone because they say, hey Jay, such and such is coming, and here's his manager's number, and he got to send you all the artist's music.
Yeah.
Or the artists give me their number. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hit me. You know what I'm saying? So why not call me like, yo, I want to do a show, right? How much you gonna charge me? Cool, it's 10,000. All right, cool. And I could do my own show.
Right.
Why not do my own show? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to go to the promoter for them to give you pennies? Where you could do the own show yourself and make so much more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people I'll do, even if I did one show a month, you wouldn't even know that I did it, because I'll put the money up, let somebody else be the front of it, and I'll just go on DJ. And instead of you making $1,000, I'm making $10,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm not making $10,000, I'm making $5,000. Yeah, okay, I had to put up $5,000 to make $5,000. Okay, cool. Is that better than what you gonna get at the club here in Vegas? If you're not headlining or doing it, of course it is. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think I did Daylight for so many years? Everybody was like, oh, you did Daylight, I did Daylight. Do you know how much money I was making? You know what I'm saying? So you got to, look at it that way. So that's the transformation of, if it's going to be relevant, yeah, I'm going to still be relevant. My name is still going to pop up, but it's going to pop up different.
Right.
Instead of it's going to be pop up as DJ J Nice, going to pop up as J Nice as, I'm the one that's doing the event.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still going to be there. I'd rather bring somebody up. Hey, come on. Come get some money. You know what I'm saying? Come play. I'd rather give other people opportunity because, I ain't get where I'm at because, nobody didn't help me. I got because someone helped me. So I'll look back at some of these younger guys and I'm looking around. I have no problem calling you. Hey, come on, bro. Come play. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I ask you for favors because the venues might not be the best, but at least I'll give you an opportunity and then we can, grow into better things and, build our relationship. And then now you go from there and I get a good check for people. I'm like, yo, here, how much you want? You want 1,000? Okay, cool. Yeah. You want, 2,000 or whatever situation might be. Yeah. Now I can be in a position to give people opportunity instead of being like these cheap motherfuckers out here that don't want to pay nobody. You know what I'm saying? They're making all this motherfucking money and then they want you playing all fucking night and don't want to pay you. Fuck out of here. If you can afford to give a band $1,600, right?
Yeah.
To play for 2 hours, you can afford to give me $1,600 to play from 8 o'clock to whenever.
To it.
So it's not mathing.
Yeah.
It's not mathing. So that's why a lot of places I won't play. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the math. I know what y'all doing. Like, if you can afford to do that day, you can afford to do it for me. Yeah. Because I'm the talent for that long time. Why are you not going to pay me?
I never understood that, like why people think that.
I just won't do it. That's why these days you ain't gonna see me do it.
You just say no.
I'd rather just say no. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no need for me to get in an argument. Fighting with these ninjas about not want to pay you. But you go to these W clubs. How much you want? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Not even an argument, because they know you're worth it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if their club is already popping,
Yeah.
they'll say, "Hey, cool, here you go," and they'll give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So, like you playing on a Saturday,
Man,
and
that
they
was
talking about, and the room is, and the whole building is packed,
packed.
front to back, all night, and they don't want to give you no money.
Yeah.
Listen, I put up with that.
Outrageous.
It's
behavior.
outrageous, but I put up with it. But like I said, I mean, they always call me the angry DJ. You know, Jay Nice, that nigga ain't nice. I'd be like,
You heard
that nigga ain't nice.
You heard it here first, people.
You know what I'm saying? The nigga ain't nice. Nah, I just know the business,
Yeah.
and once you understand the business, you know what I'm saying? Because I tell motherfuckers, okay, cool, I'll take $500, but I want $1 a person. So the venue holds 1,000 people. Okay, cool. I still walk out with $1,500.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So and I learned that years ago. You just have to negotiate your situation as if you're in a position to be able to negotiate. You know what I'm saying? A lot of DJs out here just not in a position. Me, I partner with the venue. I'd rather just do it myself.
Yeah.
If it does well, we both eat. If it don't do well, both of us don't make no money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have that relationship with the venue and let them do it. So it's always good to try to do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at.
And I appreciate you, man, because number one, you don't come out and do interviews with everybody, so I appreciate you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when Jay Nice don't say yes to everything, so I appreciate you for coming out.
No,
and then
that's all
secondly, too, man, I appreciate you for taking me in as a little brother.
Yeah.
Because I know the DJ community, everybody want to be a DJ now.
Yeah.
I know. When I came to him, I was like, yo, I'm a DJ. I know you was probably like, all right, bro.
Nah.
Okay, dog. I heard that like 35 times today. Like, okay, cool.
Nah.
But I appreciate you, man, for,
Yeah.
looking out for me, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys, again, R&B Sunset Rooftop Party Thursday night at Ellis Island.
Yep.
On the upper deck. It's on the deck on the rooftop. So make sure y'all come out.
Doors open at 6.
Doors open at 6. And
Get a reservation.
Get a reservation, yes.
Yeah.
So, and then it's no, you ain't got to pay for it.
The reservation is free.
It's free.
Right now.
Right now, right?
Right now, the reservation is free.
Good.
But other than that, I appreciate you, bro, and I'm very proud of you.
Thanks,
You
man.
you building anything I can do to help you. I'm always, here for you. I ain't never not answered your call or text message.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm very proud of you. Keep doing what you do.
Appreciate you, big dog.
For sure.
Yes, sir. This is Vision Over Sense, episode 9. It's my brother Jay Nice. We out. Oh my God. Appreciate you. Yes, sir.